All right, I'm at a pretty prominent place in U.S. military history. This is Fort Pulaski National Monument. As you can well see, I'm standing here at the main sally port. And what we're talking about is a defensive strong point. So one thing you'll notice, this direction, right, you've got what's known as a demaloon. You would have had some small, like light, medium caliber artillery, a lot of anti-personnel stuff, and you have firing positions triangular shaped. This right here is an interlinked passageway containing multiple magazines. But one of the important things when we look at this is this main drawbridge that I just showed you is very, very heavily defended because scaling walls is extremely difficult to do, especially if you're taking fire. Even in the 1860s, as this fort was prominent during the American Civil War. So ideally, if you want to get a large number of troops inside, you need to go through the sally port. Obviously, it's protected by a drawbridge and a moat, but that drawbridge is pretty heavily protected in its own right. Now, the National Park Service was nice enough to put a small piece of artillery, looks like a 12-pounder, which would have been really common for Confederate or Union forces, 12-pound smoothbore, right inside the main gate. You notice along the wall, on both sides, you've got firing ports for small arms. Now, your upper deck guns would have had a problem depressing low enough to cover this area at the time, but you also notice embrasures jutting out here, and I don't know how well you can see that, but you would have a small smoothbore weapon, most likely a carronade, but heavy caliber to fire canister or grape shot in there. You also notice small arms firing points on that side, and you have a perfect crossfire right here. You notice in this area above my finger the embrasure for your artillery and your small arms firing ports. Plus you would have other abilities to fire from that upper wall. While your artillery might not have been able to depress, it would not affect small arms usage. So coming inside the drawbridge, once you come inside the sally port, again, you got more small arms fire here, more small arms ports all the way around. You also notice on your upper decks up there, the ability for troops to drop grenades in here. This would have been a perfect killing field if massed infantry tried to come through here and the fort was still occupied at the time. You have that smoothbore piece right there, loaded with double canister, turning it into a giant shotgun that would have sent that round through here quite effectively, doing mass devastation to a massed infantry force. Plus, they would have to contend with small arms fire from the firing ports and grenades coming down from the murder holes above. Very effective, and this is a perfect example of modern defensive strategy with interlocking fields of fire and basically creating a choke point.